Y'all ready, kids?
I said it before and I'll say it again.
The whole thing is ridiculous.
You've just tuned in to the greatest radio show on earth. You're listening to the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T. Your home for news, sports, hot topics, and more. And now the host of the show, Andres T.
Good morning, good day, good afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. How are you doing today? I'm your host, Andres T, and you're listening and watching Chalk Talk here on ESPN Radio 101.7, the team KQTM Albuquerque Rio Rancho, and the Mix Talk Radio on the Mix Media Network. Yes, sir, I'm excited. The Mix Talk Radio is all about talking news, sports, current events, hot topics, and more. So thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening to the podcast. I am pumped to be here with you today. I hope you're enjoying the videos and audio, both. It's all great. And if you haven't caught them, no worries. Look up everything on the mixmedianetwork.com. And I'd like to extend a great big thank you to you, viewers and listeners out there, for tuning in, watching, and listening. The website, the Mix Media Network website, has been blowing up, let me tell you. And it is only a month out, and it's already had over 4,000 hits to the website. And it's all because of you. So thank you, and I appreciate it. And remember, I always want to know what you're talking about. So message me at themixtalkradio@gmail.com. Themixtalkradio@gmail.com. And let me know what's up. Hit me up with a message, and you want to get on the show? I'll get you on the show. You want to talk about something interesting? Oh, yeah, I can do that as well. So message me on that themixtalkradio@gmail.com. Yeah, anyways, I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/AndresT23. I'll follow you right back. You can find all those shows from there. You can watch them. You can share them, all that great stuff. Also, the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T is on Facebook. Search that, the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T on Facebook. And like the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T. And share with all your friends. All the shows are on there. It's available to you, and bam. Also, the mixmedianetwork.com. Yes, THEMIX medianetwork.com. Get on. That's on Facebook as well. Lots of great things. Competitions, tickets to cool events, baseball games, boxing events, all that great stuff. So get online and get involved, because it is a website you do not want to miss. On-demand media, on demand, anytime, at your fingertips. What can you say? That's themixmedianetwork.com. THEMIX medianetwork.com. So I am glad to be here with you today. I'm having a fantastic day. We're in the studio here today, and everything's looking good. I'm feeling excited, and yeah, man. You guys, sorry, my phone just went off. So I'm excited. I have a great show for you today, and we're going to be kicking things off with some hot topics, some great hot topics we'll discuss about what's happening out there. Yeah, you're probably like, okay, what are you going to talk about? But you know what we're going to talk about? It's a surprise. But then we're going to also talk with and get in touch with Isabelle Zamora with the City of Albuquerque Cultural Services in Old Town. And we'll be talking about the Albuquerque's Founders Day Fiesta. 309 or 6 years, I believe. That's off the top of my head. But here, let me pull it up. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, 306. I was right. Yes. So we'll catch up with her and talk about that and get involved with that as well. Also, exciting because Rashad Evans and John Jones, UFC fight, the 21st, April 21st, coming up real quick, is going to be a hit. So we're going to have an exclusive interview with the Combat Sports Update with Sal Mora. Sal was going to bring an exclusive interview with one of the fighters, Travis Browne, who is one of the contenders on that card that will be putting on a great show. So he will be joining us on the interview as well. So a great Combat Sports Update with Sal Mora by salmora.com. All right, so a great, fantastic show lined up for you today, and I'm excited. So remember, you can tune in and listen every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on the radio dial at 101.7 The Team, KQTM FM in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho. And remember, catch the Mix Talk Radio on demand at your fingertips. Yes, at your fingertips. On iTunes or on the mixmedianetwork.com. And like I always invite you to let me know your thoughts. Like I said, the mixtalkradio@gmail.com. And yeah, so anyways, let's get things kicked off and moving on to some hot topics. All right, today one of the hot topics that I saw and I think is hilarious and it's funny. Titanic came out 3D around the world, re-released. Everyone's all excited about Titanic, right? Well, Kate Winslet, you all know the nude scene, right? Well, in China, it's actually censored. You say, what? Censored. Yes, sirree. In China, Kate Winslet's breasts are censored. Now, everyone, is all about, okay, 3D, glasses are annoying, all that stuff. But this is so funny because moviegoers in China went and quickly saw that and realized they weren't getting the whole picture. They were just basically, well, it's just it's edited. You don't see any breasts, you don't see anything like that, and it's not really what you think. Now, it's not that her bare chest is the problem; it's the fact that it's being presented in 3D. So apparently, they pop out. That's what the Chinese are concerned about, and yeah, it didn't make sense. China has a little. Well, according to this is a statement from China's State Administration of Radio, Film, and Television, we've decided to cut the nudity scenes. But crucial part, but whatever. What can you say? That's China for you. Very, very crazy, and whatever. Moving on. All right, and yes, sirree, it's time to bring in our special guest, and she's no stranger to the show, and she's a great friend of mine, and she's with the City of Albuquerque, and I have Isabelle Zamora, who is with Cultural Services, the Old Town Manager, calling in to the show. Isabelle, how you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having us today.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while since we had you on, but obviously we've had you on the show to talk about the Founders Day Fiesta and other many fiestas and festivals that happen down at Old Town. Now, I said before, for those who may not know who you are, as I said before, you're the Old Town Manager. What does the Old Town Manager do?
Well, variety of stuff. We run the Portal vending there in Old Town. We put on several events, and just doing all the paperwork back in the office. You could imagine a lot is going on. But we're just, I think, the best crew to put all this stuff on, and excited about doing it.
Yeah, doing the paperwork. you're the one that gets it done, and that's why. And you know what? And all these Old Town events all are great because you and your team do such a wonderful job, and they're such a pleasure to go to and have a good time. And yeah, I have to say you do a great job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. So one thing that's great that's happening coming up real soon in a couple weeks is actually next week on the 21st is Albuquerque's 306th Founders Day Fiesta down in Old Town.
Yes, it is, and it's really, really going to be a wonderful year this year. It's, of course, also our state centennial birthday. So
yes,
really,
100 years.
Could you imagine? 100 and 306, but it's all going to be wonderful. We have a wonderful setup again this year. We are going to have representatives from the 5 different eras, of course, the Native American, the Spanish, the Mexican, territorial, and then statehood. And we have a huge variety of events taking place for the children in our children's area as well.
Now this Founders Day Fiesta, about how many people does this draw every year?
We probably
I know that might be a curveball, but
well, it all changes every year. But because this year we have such a great lineup, and we're expecting probably close to 4,000. Really recommend people take Rapid Ride to the event. It's a free event, and we have the best of everything throughout Old Town.
So, like Isabelle said, it is free, FREE. So, I mean, there's no cost to get here or get to Old Town to come around and enjoy all the fun and excitement at the Founders Day Fiesta. Now, one thing that's great about this fiesta is that there are awesome different, like you said, different eras, different stages of music, all kinds of different. So basically there's about 7 stages and 5 eras throughout Old Town. So talk about the different stages, the different eras, and all that great stuff.
Okay, that sounds great. I want to start off with the gazebo because that's we have just some wonderful stuff happening there. We're working with the United Native Council, and we'll start that at 11 o'clock, and that'll start at the gazebo. There'll be drummers and dancers. And then at 12:30, we'll go into the Spanish era with the flamenco dancers. Evidence in Sevis's group is going to be there. They're sending their best, and we're excited about that. At 1:30, we'll have the Mexican era mariachi tradicional, and they'll be dancing with ballet folkloric. At 2:30, we'll have Virginia Creepers and the Contra Dancers, and then at 3:30, we'll have our presentation of the proclamation by the Mayor Richard Berry, and everybody's going to sing Happy Birthday and Las Mañanitas immediately following. And then from 4 to 5:30, we have a big favorite here in New Mexico, Cadillac Bob and the Rhinestones. Right, and they're, there's people are always wanting to see them perform. Here's one of their opportunities, and the whole group's going to be out there. Then the different eras, starting with Native American, we're going to have at noon on Romero and Church Street, Pueblo Contra Band. At 1 o'clock, some representatives from the United Native Council again. At 2 o'clock, Saving Damsels. 3 p.m. we'll have Buffalo Dancers from Jemez. And then our wonderful entertainers from there in Old Town. They also have a shop there, but they're wonderful. Shelley Morning Song and Fabian will be there at 4 o'clock. And then at Plaza Hacienda, our Spanish era, we're having Sarah de la Luz. She's flamenco dancing. At noon, at 1 o'clock, we're having rumbia dancing and celo. At 2 o'clock, again, we're having Eva's flamenco dancers there, and they're sending their best. 3 p.m., ballet en fuego and celo again. And then at 4 o'clock, we have a treat. We haven't had the opportunity to have them in a long time, the matachines from Bernalillo.
And in case those who don't know what matachinas are, could you talk about what those are? I mean, individuals may hear that, but this is very unique dancing. It's awesome. Talk about it.
It's a wonderful traditional from here. It's here in New Mexico. It's a religious dancing together with it's Native American and Spanish dancing, a traditional ritual, and it's a sacred ritual. As a matter of fact, we had to make sure that we weren't able to videotape this. We will ask before it begins that people not take any photos, and it's just a magical
And
thing.
definitely, when you say no videos or photos or anything, this goes to show of how unique and how amazing and special this type of dance is. And let me tell you, the Matachines are awesome. They are fun to watch, and they it's just very inspiring and very, I think, uplifting.
Thank you. I think so too. We're really excited about each of these eras. As everybody's went out and beyond what normally they're expected to do because of the centennial year this year. Well, to move on, our Mexican era is going to take place in Plaza Don Luis. That's the big plaza that the Christmas tree is usually lit at. At noon, they'll start with La Rondalla and then a ballet folkloric. At 1 o'clock, the Mexican consulate is going to do a piñata, and they're bringing in some Aztec dancers at 2 o'clock, so that's going to be really great also.
Yeah.
3 p.m., we're going to have folkloric and mariachi tradicional. And at 4 o'clock, the Mariachi Nuevo Sonido and Baila Baila will be performing. To move on, territorial area will take place in South San Felipe.
Okay.
Steve Comar, who is wonderful, he's being brought to us through the Humanities Council. He sings folk, traditional music that he's written. We'll have our wonderful Old Town Gunslingers out there at 2:45. At 1 o'clock, Virginia Creepers and the Contra Dancers. I'm sorry, that's at 1 o'clock. And at 1:45, we'll have our New Mexico Gun Fighters that are our regulars there in Old Town. 2 o'clock, we'll have Territorial Brass Band. 2:45, our Old Town Gunslingers will be back. 3 o'clock, the Adobe Brothers. 3:45, our New Mexico Gunslingers will be back. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll have Gene Colbert. Then at our statehood era, that's going to be located at San Felipe and Church Street. At noon, we're going to have Three-Leaf Shamrock and some Irish step dancers.
That'd be fun.
That isn't that?
That's unique. I got
Yeah.
step dancing in New Mexico.
This is a real great. The Three-Leaf Shamrock's a really great group as well. They also, it's a Irish group that even plays mariachi music. So we're really excited.
Well,
to have them.
interesting. I was talking. I can't forget. I forget his name over at the Hispanic Cultural Center, and he was talking about how much influence the commonalities between the culture here and Irish, and the Irish came down in this area, have extended in this area, and there was especially with Mexico, there was a little bit of a tussle, but then they actually found a common ground that their cultures are very similar. So the Irish does fit in New Mexico beyond what people believe.
Absolutely. Well, you just heard a lot of our polkas, and I've seen growing up and seeing my parents dancing that. It's so similar, and that's, I think, the beauty of New Mexico. And that's why this event is always such an exciting event to me, because the cultures are so woven into each other here, and that's, I think, one of the strongest things that New Mexico has to offer. And anyway, to move on, at 1 o'clock, we're having a Chinese music and dance in that statehood era. 2 o'clock, we're having Scottish country dancers. 3 p.m., we're having cornbread blues. And 4 o'clock, we're having Route 66
Revelers with Sourier. I heard that's supposed to be really good. So exciting. Now, I know that many individuals out there, have a lot of kids. They want to bring their kids, and maybe the music scene, the dancing scene is not for the kids. But there is a kids area. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, again, the kids area is going to be in the front part of Plaza Don Luis, and we're going to have our wonderful face painters. We're having hula hoopers. We're having funny dummy puppetry.
Okay.
And a big crowd favorite is Clan Tinker, and they'll be there from noon to 5 o'clock. So the children will have plenty to do, and I know I'm taking my son because he loves Clan Tinker. So
all right.
I'll make sure he's there that day. One of the biggest things I'd like to thank New Mexico Humanities Council. They're always been wonderful partners of ours down there, and they're sending over Chautauquas this year. We're actually moving them because they are so amazing. And let me explain what the Chautauquas are also.
Okay.
If
Go ahead.
that's okay.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
The Chautauquas are performers that are performing in the garb of different eras, almost theatrical, and there's such wonderful ones that they have there to offer us. And this year we're having several different Chautauquas, but we want to make sure that people that want to see them will have the opportunity to really hear them perform. So we're putting them in different restaurants throughout Old Town.
Wow.
Yeah. So that everything else becomes overwhelming, and this is something we're planning on this next season, to actually send regulars in and out of the restaurants performing, if it's music groups or what have you. But this is going to be the beginning of that.
That is cool.
And, yeah. So the whole day is going to be fun, amazing, and if anybody's in town or have relatives in town,
bring them.
There's something for everyone.
Absolutely. So we're running short on time here, and so can you give our listeners and viewers information on where to get more info on this, should I say, for the Albuquerque 306 Founders Day Fiesta?
Absolutely. The easiest way to find information is to Google Old Town new fun. And you'll have all of the information of all our upcoming season on a regular basis. But this is the beginning of our season, and so we're excited about that. Also, you can call 311 here in Albuquerque, or if you're calling from Rio Rancho, I believe that 311 will also work. Just remind everybody that it's Saturday, the 21st. And it will begin at 11 o'clock and end at 5 o'clock, just prior to Mass at 5:30 there in San Felipe.
A great time. Get the family out there. Get everybody out there. That's the 306 Albuquerque's Founders Day Fiesta. It's going to be a great time, April 21st. So Isabelle Zamora, Old Town Manager with Cultural Services of the City of Albuquerque, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're always a pleasure to have on the show, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
And it's that time. It's time for your Combat Sports Update with Sal Mora, brought to you by McKernan Sports Entertainment, where they strive to bring high-quality and affordable events, entertainment for members of the communities they serve. Yes, McKernan Sports Entertainment specializes in inclusion and interactivity and strive to provide a family-friendly environment. Check out what's happening at McKernanSports.com. And this was a great Combat Sports Update. I'm excited. Sal Mora has an exclusive interview with one of the UFC fighters on the Rashad Evans and John Jones card, Travis Browne. So, Sal, take it away.
Sal Mora for CagePotato.com. I'm here with Travis Browne. Travis, you'll be facing Trad Griggs at UFC 145 on April 21st. Griggs has done really well in the Strikeforce, but this is his first fight in the UFC. Were you hoping for maybe a bigger name opponent coming off your last win against Rob? Did you think you deserved maybe, let's say, more of a step up after going undefeated in 4 UFC fights?
I can't worry myself with that. Joe Silva lines him up, I knock him down. Whoever he decides to put in front of me, it's none of my business. I'm just out there to win, put on a show, and just keep winning my fights. It doesn't matter who I fight or where I stand in the rankings. I'm not somebody who gets caught up in that. I don't even know where I stand right now, actually. But I'm just out here to fight, have a good time. Make sure I come out with the victory, and like I said, put on a show.
Now, you described Chad's style as like a pit bull. Do you try to match the intensity of the guys you're fighting, or do you usually stick to your own style no matter what the other guy brings to the cage?
I think as far as like an intensity goes, Chad comes out and sets a pretty high pace. He's a smaller heavyweight, so he can get away with that. But as far as intensity goes, I feel like no matter what, you have to be just as intense as your opponent, if not more. Otherwise, that can help sway the momentum in their way. So, you always want to come out and do your game plan, not let their intensity take you out of your game plan. So it's kind of a fine line. You need to match their intensity, but also stick to your game plan. So it's a tricky situation.
Now, you also issued a challenge to Chad that the loser of your fight should have to shave their facial hair.
Yep.
Has he responded to your challenge, or is he too afraid to lose his famous chops?
I haven't heard him come back about that yet, about that challenge yet. So, I don't know. It was just it was an on the fly kind of a thing, and we both have some pretty good looking facial hair, so why not?
Now, changing gears, besides fighting, you also have a love for dogs. You own a training company for police and service dogs. How did you first get into that?
Well, I had my own dog, and I was too poor to get her trained, so I started apprenticing under a trainer. And since that went down, I just kind of grew fond of trained dogs, and just saw what difference you can make in people's lives when they have a dog that's actually trained and well behaved, and all that kind of stuff. So, I started my own business, and I haven't been training dogs for the last couple of years since I started in the UFC. That way, I can focus fully on my training and make sure I come out on top in my fights. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to get back to once I'm done.
Now let's say hypothetically that I have a 4-year-old Yorkie who freaks out every time I try to leave the house. Would you be able to help me with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. that's a fix. Yeah, that's a good fix.
And now you have 2 sons at home. What do they think about their dad being a UFC fighter?
You know, I think right now it's not something that they have fully grasped. Even though before I came to camp, my last dinner with my kids before I came to camp, me, my 2 kids, my best friend, his wife, and 2 kids, we're all sitting down for dinner, and the waiter comes over and says, "Hey, you know, can I get you guys anything to drink?" And my son stands up on the bench that he's sitting on and says, "Hey, my dad's in a video game." And he's all, "That's pretty cool." And he sits down, and we're all kind of like, all right, yeah, thanks, son. You know what I mean? It was really cool to see my son. You know, like he was just happy about that. He was proud of that, and you know, I just want my kids to be proud of me. You know, and I think I'm doing that. I think they're starting to get it. You know, my friends or my best friend's son is my son's best friend. So, you know, he comes up and you know, my best friend's son his name's Gavin. Gavin says, you know, Uncle Trav, you're like a superhero. And then my kid's like, yeah, you're like a superhero. You beat up all the bad guys, you know, and it's really fun to, you know, to have that behind you and have that motivate you. You know, you have a couple little kids looking up to you, looking at you like a superhero, and you know, it's a great time in my life.
It's a great feeling, I bet.
Definitely.
Now, on the flip side, how would you feel if they ever decided to follow in your footsteps and try and become a pro fighter themselves?
I think it'd be tough for me. You know, I love my boys, and anybody who truly knows me knows that I'm a big softie, you know, and I hate watching my friends fight. That's stressful for me because I don't have any control over it. You know, I would rather hey coach, I would rather take an ass whooping instead of letting them take one. You know what I mean? If they're catching one, I would rather catch it for them. But you know, I think watching my kids do something like that, I think I'd be proud of them for their accomplishments, and you know, and I'd be there for them if they had any kind of disappointments in their career. But you know, I'm just here to support them. You know, I'm not pushing MMA on them. I don't push football or soccer or baseball or basketball on them. You know, they know what I do. They'll go to the gym with me every once in a while, but for the most part, I'm letting them learn themselves and see what they like and, you know, and what they want to develop into.
Sounds fantastic. Travis, thank you for taking the time. Good luck at UFC 145 on April 21st.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
This is Sal Mora for KPotato.
That is the Combat Sports Update with Sal Mora of salmora.com, brought to you by McCurtain Sports and Entertainment. Make sure to get to Sal Mora. He's awesome. All things entertainment, salmora.com, SALMORA.com. All things entertainment on Sal Mora's website. All right, we are at the end of the show today, so I'd like to thank you for tuning in and listening and watching the Mix Talk Radio on the Mix Media Network. Remember, I always want to talk about what you want to talk about. Let me know your thoughts. What you think of the shows? What do you think of the Mix Media Network? Message me, themixtalkradio@gmail.com. Remember, the Mix Media Network is looking for partners. You want to be on the newest, fastest growing on-demand media content website out there, here in New Mexico especially, well, contact the Mix Media Network. Message, okay, at andres@themixmedianetwork.com. Yes, it has my name in it, but you're messaging me. Or the mixtalkradio@gmail.com, whatever works for you. Or on Facebook, message the Mix Talk Radio on Facebook as well. It's on the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T. Search it out, or the Mix Media Network on Facebook as well. So, yeah, great show today. So I'd like to thank you for tuning in, listening, and watching. Great Combat Sports Update, great info, hot topics, all that fun stuff. So I'm done here today. So thank you for listening and watching. I'm Andres T. And, yeah, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. So I'm signing you out. My name is Andres T. I'm your host of the Mix Talk Radio. Later, I'm signing you out on Mix Media.